Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here I will explain how to firewall chain input. Step by step. Number 1, login to the router 1, click enter, then type the command microtik login admin, password blank, click no, click Ctrl C, click Ctrl L. Next, give identity on router 1 with the following command. Next, request the HTTP client to connect the internet to router 1 with the following command. Then you can see here that the status is bound, meaning the internet is connected. Next, add a firewall not masquerade so that router 1 clients get internet access with the following command. Next, type the command IP firewall not print to see the configuration result. Next, add the IP address for the Ether2 interface with the following command. Next, type the command IP address print to see the configuration result. Next, verify the internet by pinging, and you can see here the result is TTL, meaning the internet is running. Next, login to PC1, then give identity on PC1 with the following command. Next, add IP address on PC1 with the following command. Next, verify the client is connected to the router and verify the internet, and you can see here the result is TTL, meaning the client and router are connected and the internet is running. Next, login to the client server, then click OK. Next, click menu, then select System Tools menu, and select My Terminal menu. Next, type the command sudo -i to login as root, then fill in the admin password. Next, type the command clear to remove the previous configuration. Next, we need to add the default root name server with the following command. Next, click Ctrl plus K to cut and click Ctrl plus U to paste and change the name server with the following command. Next, save the configuration by clicking Ctrl plus X and typing command Y, then click enter. Next, to see the result of the name server configuration, type the following command. Next, type the command IPA to see the IP address on the client server. Next, verify the internet on the client server by pinging. So here we can see the TTL result, which means the internet is running on the client. Next, type the command clear to remove the previous configuration. Next, type the command apt update to update the server packet and wait until the process is complete. Next, type the apt update command again because there are still 3 errors, and if the result is there are still 3 more errors, just leave it and continue to the next configuration. Next, type the command apt install nmap to install nmap on the server. Next, click Y, then click enter. Then wait until the installation process is complete. Next, type the command clear to remove the previous configuration. Next, check on router 1 which ports are still open and closed with the following command. And you can see here that all router 1 ports are still open. Next, ping the gateway of router 1, then it will connect to router 1. Here we want only the IP address from 10.10.10.2 to be able to ping the router, so here it will be set, namely the chain is input, the action is accept because it accept, and only accept from Ethers2 which is connected to the router in its interface. The protocol is ICMP because ping packet. Next, log in to the router 1, then type the command IP firewall filter print. We can see here that there is no IP firewall filter rule. Next, set the IP firewall filter to drop the client IP address other than the PC client IP address with the following command. Next, type the command IP firewall filter print. We can see here that there is already one IP firewall filter rule. Next, setting the IP firewall filter with the action drop because we want only the IP address from the client PC to be able to ping the router with the following command. Next, type the command IP firewall filter print. We can see here that there are already two IP firewall filter rules. Next, log in client PC, then ping the router 1 gateway, and we can see here the TTL result because only the PC client IP address is allowed to connect to router 1. Next, log in client server, then ping gateway router 1, and we can see here the result is not pinged because only the PC client IP address is allowed to connect to router 1. Next, log in router 1, then here I will disable the IP firewall filter drop with the following command. Next, type the command IP firewall filter print. We can see here the IP firewall filter drop has been disabled. Next, log in again to the client server, and we can see here the result will be TCL because the IP firewall filter drop setting is not active. Next, log in to router 1, and here I will active the IP firewall filter drop again. Next, type the command IP firewall filter print. We can see here the IP firewall filter drop is active. Next, on the client server, ping gateway router 1. Then here the result is that the ping doesn't work anymore because only the IP address of the client PC is allowed to connect to the router. Next, log in to router 1, then first delete the firewall filter to try the next configuration. Next, create an IP firewall filter by adding an exclamation mark in front of the client server IP address, which means other than. If anyone tries to access the router other than the client server IP, they will be dropped with the following command. Next, type the command IP firewall filter print. We can see here that there is already one IP firewall filter rule. Next, on the client PC, pinging the gateway router 1, then the result is not pinging because the client is not allowed to connect to router 1. Next, on the client server, ping gateway router 1, then we get a TTL result because only the client server is allowed to connect to router 1. Then for the next rule, first check which ports are open, for example port 23, namely Telnet. Here we try to limit Telnet access rights by dropping them. Then this is verification that you can log in to the Telnet service login display. After that, close the terminal. Next, here I will close the Telnet port, and for that reason delete the previous rule first. Next, add a firewall filter rule with protocol TCP. The protocol is TCP because port, then destination port 23, and action drop with the following command. Next, type the command IP firewall filter print. We can see here that there is already one IP firewall filter rule. Next, login to the client server and login to the main terminal again because the terminal had previously been closed. Then verify the Telnet login so you can log in because the Telnet port has been dropped. Next, type the command and map 10.10.10.1 to see the result of the Telnet port configuration. Here we can see the status in Telnet is filtered, which means the port is closed. Then here I will disable the IP firewall filter drop so I can log in to the Telnet service. Next, verify the Telnet login again on the client server. Then here you can see that you can log in because the Telnet drop port has been deactivated. Next, here I will close the FTP port, and for that reason delete the previous rule first. Next, create a firewall filter with protocol TCP. The protocol is TCP because port, then destination port 21, and action drop with the following command. Then type the command IP firewall filter print. We can see here that there is already one IP firewall filter rule. Next, login to the client server, then click Ctrl C and type the clear command to remove the previous configuration. Next, type the command and map 10.10.10.1 to see the result of the FTP port configuration. Here we can see the status on FTP is filtered, which means the port is closed. Next, verify the FTP login with the Google Chrome application login. Next, on the search tab, type the command FTP 10.10.10.1. Then you can log in because the FTP port has been dropped. Next, here I will disable the IP firewall filter drop so you can log in to the FTP service with the following command. Next, verify the FTP login again by logging into the Google Chrome application. Then you can log in because the FTP drop port has been deactivated. This is verification of being able to log in to the FTP service login display. Next, click the Map Terminal menu and type the command nmap 10.10.10.1 to see the result of the FTP port configuration. Here we can see the status on FTP is open, which means the port has reopened. The next rule activates only the Windows service that is active while other ports are dropped, and for this reason delete the previous rule first. Next, create two firewall filter rules with action accept and destination port 8291. After that, action drop and in interface enter 2 with the following command. Next, type the command IP firewall filter print. We can see here that there are already two IP firewall filter rules. Next, type the command nmap 10.10.10.1, which can be seen here. Only Winbox can be remote because the other ports are all dropped. And if you log into the Telnet service, type the command telnet 10.10.10.1, then the result will be no login. Next, change input with log filter for the next rule, and for that reason, delete the previous rule first. And if we use a log filter, we can create a rule with the following command. Then in the rule here, every time someone pings a client, their name will be saved with the name of the ping driver. Next, type the command IP firewall filter print. We can see here that there is already one IP firewall filter rule. Next, type the log print command to see the result of the log configuration that has been carried out. Next, log in to client PC, then type the command ping 10.10.10.1 on client PC. Next, check on router 1. Type the log print command. Here we can see that there is client 10.10.10.2 access. Next, log in to client server. Then type the command clear. Next, type the command ping 10.10.10.1 in client server. Next, check again on router 1. Type the log print command. Here we can see that there is client 10.10.10.3 access. Next, log in to Google Chrome client server, then delete the search history first with the following command. Next, click New tab and search 10.10.10.1 in Google Chrome remotely using the Webfix service. Then select the Webfix menu. Next, select the log menu. In the log menu, scroll down and a ping driver will be recorded. Next, click the IP menu, then select firewall, then swipe and navigate to the very end of the display. And here we can see the firewall packet running. Next, action reject for the next rule, and for that reason, delete the previous rule first. Next, create a rule with the action reject with the following command. Next, type the command IP firewall filter print. We can see here that there is already one IP firewall filter rule. Next, verification on the client can be seen that the information issue is not RTO, meaning the packet is prohibited from 10.10.10. So much for me. Thanks. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.